Hey guys, what's up? Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's k.willsey, and as you can tell by the title, today we're going to be talking about how you actually can ruin things that are meant for you. Because I feel like we hear the saying all the time, you can't ruin what's meant for you, and I feel like that's so far from the truth. I feel like that's such like a spiritual thing to say, like it's such a new age thing to say, and I feel like living by that mentality kind of ruins your life because you're kind of just waiting for things to happen and you're kind of acting however way you want. You're acting out and you're doing different things that don't align with what you actually want because you think that it's all going to work out magically because whatever is meant for you will work out, and that is true, but you have to embody that energy. You can't just be doing whatever you want out here, saying whatever you want, acting however you want. You have to embody the person that you want to be and who you want to become and where you want to go, and because you think everything is going to work out, then you start acting out. You start doing different things that aren't aligning with who you actually want to be and where you actually want to go. And when God is granting you opportunities, you're not taking those opportunities because you think, well, it's going to work out anyways. But how is it going to work out if you're not taking opportunities and you're just doing X, Y, and Z and like acting out and doing whatever you want? If you want a job and you're doing different things that aren't aligning with who the person that would take the job would be, then yeah, you can ruin your chance of getting that job and getting that opportunity because you're not acting as the person that would have the job. Or let's say a relationship, you want to manifest a relationship and you want to manifest a person and like a person that treats you like X, Y, and Z, but you're not acting as though you want that. Like that's what you want deep down, but you're not doing the things, saying the things, and you're not embodying being grateful for that relationship. You're out here doing whatever it is and it's not aligning with the person who wants that relationship. Or let's say you have the person that you want to be in a relationship with and you're treating them badly, or you're not handling situations right, or you're saying whatever you want. And it's like, so you want that relationship, but you're doing whatever you want, so you can ruin the relationship. So you can ruin things that are meant for you. But then you might say, oh, well, you know, that relationship wasn't meant for me because they don't know how to handle me, or they don't know this, or they don't do that, or whatever. Or like that job wasn't meant for me because I didn't get it, and you know, I'll get a different whatever, like I'll get a different opportunity. But if that was your dream job, or if that was your dream person, your dream relationship, and you're acting like just doing whatever you want and saying whatever you want, handling situations however you want, it's like you just ruined that for yourself. So it's like living your life like, oh, you know, whatever's meant for me. I don't know if this guy just hit my car. I looked over, I heard a loud bang. And then, I'll be right back, guys, because I don't know. I heard a loud bang and then he kind of like said sorry. And I don't know if he hit my car or not, so I'll be right back. Okay, I don't think he did. I checked my car like a lot, but I don't think he did, so I don't know what that was. But anyways, so it's like living your life like, oh, whatever's meant for me will happen, or you know, whatever's meant for me won't be ruined. I can't ruin what's meant for me. But it's like, yeah, you can. And if you're living your life that way, it's like, how are you living life? Because you need to know what you want in life, and then you have to embody that energy of getting what you want. You have to embody the energy of becoming that person and doing the things that they would do. Whatever it may be of the person that you want to become, you literally have to embody that energy and embody that person and then do the things that they would do to get to where you want to be. So if you're living your life like, oh, well, you know, I can't ruin anything that's meant for me, how are you even going to live your life? How do you even know what you want? How are you going to get anything in life? How are you even going to get what you want? How are you being authentic? Because I feel like if you're living that way, then you're letting life just be passive and you're letting life just happen to you instead of living life and having it happen for you. Because I feel like that's the way to live life, and I feel like that's a human experience, knowing different things that you want, being authentic to yourself and getting it in the way that feels good for you and feels right for you and your own journey and your own experience and your own path. I feel like that's life. Like I feel like that's the human experience, knowing what you want and getting there and enjoying the journey while you're there. But if you're letting life just happen to you and, oh, well, whatever's meant for me will happen, And it's not even like you know anything that you want. I feel like it's just happening to you. You're just like, oh, whatever happens, happens. I feel like that's the motto when you say like, oh, you know, life, I can't ruin anything good in my life because whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen. I feel like that's such a passive way to live. I feel like you don't know what you actually want. I feel like you don't know who you actually are if you're living that way. Because I understand, like, okay, God will provide, but first you need to know what you want. And know that you can ruin situations. So you can't be out here acting however you want, saying whatever you want, and doing whatever you want. Because it's gonna ruin an opportunity for you that you wanted. And I feel like so many people live their life like that because it's the new age spirituality way to live. And I feel like it just is such a passive way to live. Like, I feel like you just don't know who you actually are and what you actually want and who you actually want to be. Like, it's so passive. So I feel like you need to actually learn about yourself and know what you actually want and then stop living your life like, well, I can't ruin anything because that's what spirituality says. I can't ruin anything in my life because if it's ruined, then it's not for me. But it's like, okay, well, if that's the relationship you wanted, if that's the job you wanted, if that's the way you wanted to make money, if that's the house you wanted, the apartment you wanted, and it didn't work because you ruined it, then yeah, you ruined it. Then that was for you and you ruined it because you want, like, whatever you did. Like, obviously in certain situations it's like, okay, that fell through because of this, because of that, but there's situations where people are out here doing stuff and literally contradicting what they actually want. Like, I'm not talking about if like something falls through and then later you find out basically it was like God preventing you from getting in there because like it was a house fire or something. That actually happened to me. I was supposed to move into an apartment and then like months later they had like a huge fire. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about like God preventing in that way. I'm talking about you acting like you want to be somebody or want something and then doing the complete opposite and not embodying who you actually want to be. Because yes, you can ruin things in your life. You can ruin good things in your life. You can ruin what you wanted in life. And obviously if you ruin it, you learn a lesson from it and then, you know, you make yourself feel better by saying, well, it wasn't meant for me. I'll get something else. But if you're living your life that way and like, oh, well, I'll just get something else. I'll just get another relationship. I'll just get another job. I'll just make money some other way, whatever it may be. It's like, then you're going to continue ruining things and then just living your life. Well, it's not for me. It's not for me. It's not for me. And then move on to the next thing and move on to the next thing. And I feel like you just never are going to really know what you actually want. And you're never going to actually get what you actually want. Because you're just moving on to the next thing. Oh, well, that wasn't meant for me, so I'll just move on to the next thing. Oh, well, that didn't work out because I did whatever I wanted in that situation and I didn't embody who I actually wanted to be and what I actually wanted to do. So that didn't work out. So it's not my fault. That just wasn't meant for me and I'll move on to the next thing. I feel like that's such like a awful way to live. Like, you just never really know what you actually want. So if it doesn't work out in the first month or whatever that you're doing it, or if like in the relationship something goes south and you just like throw it away and you're like, oh, I'm done, like I'll move on to the next thing. But it's like you're not even putting the time and the effort and the energy into different things. You're just like throwing it away because it's ruined and, you know, that's just wasn't meant for me. But it's like you're ruining it for yourself. And like, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, you can ruin good things in your life. You can ruin things if you're not being who you actually want to be. If you're not being authentic to yourself and knowing what you actually want and embodying like gratefulness, gratitude, and like embodying like the person that you actually want to be and like start becoming the person that you actually want to be, then you're going to ruin everything in your life. You're just going to be so passive and just let life happen to you. I feel like that's just such a waste of a life, and I feel like that's such like an awful way to live, is just never knowing who you actually authentically are and knowing what you actually want in life, because you just you know, it's ruined. So that just wasn't meant for me. Like, that's just not a way to live. So I hope you guys understood what I'm saying in this video. Like, obviously there's things in life that happen that you learn a lesson from, but what I'm saying in this video is, like, if you want to be something, or you want something, or you want that relationship, or you want that job, and you're not acting like the person that has it, and you're just like, oh, well, it's ruined, you know, like, oh, well, that didn't work out, like, then you're just gonna move from thing to thing to thing. But when you actually embody gratitude and actually know what you want and you're going after it, and like life pivots, that's totally different from what I'm saying in this video. Because you actually know yourself. When you're authentic to yourself and things start happening and different opportunities start happening to you, or different things don't work out, or whatever it may be, when you're being authentic, you understand different things that are pivoting in your life and different things that are not working out for you. But if you're just acting however you want, like saying and acting and doing whatever you want, and you want to be somebody, like, not be somebody, but be a better version of yourself, and you're not acting like that person and doing what they would do, then you can ruin things in your life. So I hope this video made sense. I hope you got something out of it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.